Hello, friends. Today we will discuss or review one book. This book is quite famous, written by Dale Carnegie, and the book name is How to Win Friends and Influence the People. इस बुक को हम पहले ये देखेंगे कि हु शुड रीड। अगर आपको लगता है कि आपको लाइफ में बहुत सारे फ्रेंड्स बनाने हैं या फिर ऑलरेडी यू आर ए working in a group, working in a team, or you are a team leader, or you are dealing with multiple peoples, if you are in sales, if you are in some project where you need one team, so this book is more suitable for them. If you want to have a group of the like-minded people, then this book is quite suitable for all those people, because this book has given 30 different ideas with the examples that how we can win the friends and influence the people. This book starts with the few quotations, or this book is divided into 4 parts. The first part is something we can say it is mainly the first thing is that you cannot win an argument आप कभी जीत ही नहीं सकते। और इसमें ये बोला जाए इस बुक में द मेन आइडिया इज़ इफ़ यू विन द आर्ग्यूमेंट, वैसे तो जीत ही नहीं सकते, यू कैन नॉट विन एन आर्ग्यूमेंट। अगर कोई बंदा आपकी बात मान भी लेता है उस टाइम पीरियड के लिए, लेकिन बैक ऑफ द माइंड उसके माइंड में वही अपना जो ओपिनियन था वो बना रहता है, तो you cannot win an argument. This is the crux of the chapter 1. So instead of arguing, start discussing with the people, because discussion increase the knowledge and argument increase the anti one type of arrogance in the people. So better start discussion instead of argument. This is the crux of the chapter 1, that you cannot win an argument. हाउ टू अवॉइड मेकिंग एनिमीज़, चैप्टर नंबर 2। मतलब ये है कि हम कुछ ऐसी बातें बोलते हैं कि दूसरे उससे नाराज़ हो जाते हैं और उस चीज़ को वो हमेशा याद रखते हैं। तो चैप्टर 2 की जो बेसिक लाइन वो ये है कि पीपल नेवर फॉरगेट हाउ यू बिहेव विद देम। दिस इज़ द क्रक्स लाइन ऑफ द चैप्टर 2। ओके, देन थर्ड इज़ इफ़ यू आर रॉन्ग एडमिट इट। बहुत सारे लोग हैं कि जब अगर कोई गलती होती है तो उसको जस्टिफाई करना शुरू कर देते हैं, और उनको ये भी पता होता है कि आई एम रॉन्ग। तो बेटर है इंस्टेड ऑफ जस्टिफाइंग द रॉन्ग थिंग्स, स्टार्ट एक्सेप्टिंग द थिंग्स। दैट इज़ इफ़ यू आर रॉन्ग एडमिट इट। ए ड्रॉप ऑफ हनी, अगर कोई आर्ग्यूमेंट, चैप्टर नंबर 4 में क्या है, अगर एक ड्रॉप ऑफ हनी मीन्स इफ़ सम आर्ग्यूमेंट इज़ गोइंग ऑन, सम पॉइंट ऑफ वेयर पीपल आर आर्ग्यूइंग विद ईच अदर, तो आप अगर एक ड्रॉप ऑफ हनी का काम करते हैं, कुछ ऐसा कॉमन काम करते हैं, कुछ अप्रिशिएशन का काम करते हैं, तो वो जो फायर है उसमें हनी का काम करेंगी। तो दैट इज़ द थिंग इन ए ड्रॉप ऑफ हनी। अब नेक्स्ट चैप्टर में अगर बात करें हम, तो नेक्स्ट चैप्टर नंबर 5 में है द सीक्रेट ऑफ सोक्रेट्स। सोक्रेट ने ये बोला था कि आई नो वन थिंग दैट आई नो नथिंग, मतलब मुझे ये पता है कि मैं सब कुछ जानता हूँ। कुछ लोग ऐसा करते हैं कि मैं कुछ नहीं जानता। सोक्रेट्स ने बोला था कि आई नो दैट आई डोंट नो एनीथिंग। तो सीक्रेट ऑफ सोक्रेट्स में ये बात बोली गई है कि अगर आपको ऐसा लगता है कि यू आर द मोस्ट नॉलेजेबल पर्सन, तो सामने वाला भी नॉलेजेबल है, तो इंस्टेड ऑफ गिविंग योर ओन नॉलेज टू दैट, आप उसकी सुनिए और ये मानिए कि उसको भी उन चीज़ों के बारे में पता है। तो दैट इज़ द सीक्रेट ऑफ द सोक्रेट। देन कम्स टू द सेफ्टी वॉल ऑफ द हैंडलिंग द कंप्लेंट्स। एक ये चीज़ है कि बहुत सारे लोग कंप्लेन करते रहते हैं। आप यू आर ए टीम लीडर, द समबडी विल कम टू कंप्लेन अगेंस्ट यू और सम अदर टीम मेंबर, तो आपको कंप्लेन कैसे हैंडल करनी है, दैट इज़ द थिंग्स गिवन इन दैट बुक, इन दिस बुक, द सेफ्टी वॉल टू हैंडलिंग द कंप्लेंट्स। नेक्स्ट कम था हाउ टू गेट कोऑपरेशन, क्योंकि आप किसी भी अगर टीम का पार्ट हैं, या इफ़ यू आर ए टीम लीडर, इफ़ यू आर ए प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजर, इफ़ यू आर वर्किंग विद अ ग्रुप ऑफ द पीपल, देन इट इज़ वेरी नेसेसरी, द बेसिक थिंग टू गेट द कोऑपरेशन टू मेक द मिशन सक्सेसफुल। देन हाउ टू विन द कोऑपरेशन ऑफ द अदर्स, then the things are there that you have to appreciate the people instead of criticizing them for their non-cooperation. You have to put the example in front of them to get the cooperation. So these are the things in the how to get the cooperation. The magic formula is mainly of the appreciating the pupils in the chapter 8, the magic formula. It is how you can appreciate the working style or the things you can in the people without flattery. What everybody wants, the crux of this chapter or this book is that everybody consider themselves as an important person in the world, and for that importance, if you make them realize that they are the important people, then what they want, if you will understand that instead of talking about the self that what I want, if you start talking about what they want, then you will be able to achieve more. Then come an appeal that everybody likes. Appeal that everybody likes in the sense it is again the revolve around the that everybody consider themselves as important. The movies do it, TV does it, why don't you do it? मूवीज़ में आपको देखा होगा कि दे अप्रिशिएट दे शो जस्ट टू गेट द वर्क डन, टू टेक आउट, टू गेट द कोऑपरेशन. कुछ मूवीज़ में ऐसे सीन दिखाए जाते हैं कि जहाँ पे आर्गुमेंट को अवॉइड किया जाता है और कोऑपरेशन में को इंक्रीज किया जाता है, एग्जांपल सेट किए जाते हैं. तो आप मूवी से भी सीख सकते हो. दैट्स व्हाट दिस बुक इज़ टॉकिंग अबाउट. व्हेन नथिंग एल्स वर्क, try this. Nothing else works, try this means you start working and set example, it will work definitely. Now the part 2 is do this if you will be welcome anywhere. ये यही है कि आप दूसरों के बारे में बात करना शुरू करेंगे, then you will be welcome everywhere. The make a good first impression. Make a good first impression in the sense that you will, instead of curbing. So next chapter is become a good conversationalist. इसमें क्या है कि अगर आप एक अच्छे कन्वर्सेशन करने वाले बनते हैं, और उसमें आप बनेंगे कैसे, उसके लिए सबसे पहला काम है यू स्टार्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट द अदर्स. You start listening to others. You start talking about their interest instead of talking about the own interest. यहाँ पे एग्जांपल दिया गया है एंड्रू कार्नेगी का, हु इज स्टील आइकॉन ऑफ USA. उन्होंने एक कंपनी को अक्वायर करना था. ही वांटेड टू वर्क विद अनदर कंपनी, द कंपनी वाज कंपीटिंग विद हिज ओन कंपनी. तो व्हाट ही डिड कि उन्होंने एक कंपनी का फाउंडेशन किया और उस कंपनी का नाम अपने कंपटीटर के नाम पे रखा. दैट्स हाउ ही गेन द कोऑपरेशन. और उस कन्वर्सेशन से उनको पता लगा कि सच टाइप ऑफ कोऑपरेशन इज़ पॉसिबल इफ़ वी स्टार्ट गिविंग इम्पोर्टेंस टू अदर्स. तो एक अच्छे कन्वर्सेशनिस्ट का आपको बनना चाहिए. हाउ टू इंटरेस्ट द पीपल, मतलब यही है कि आप ये बोलने की बजाय कि आई वांट दिस, यू स्टार्ट शोइंग दैट व्हाट दे वांट, व्हाट इज़ देयर इंटरेस्ट. इफ़ देयर इज़ ए म्यूचुअल इंटरेस्ट तो वहाँ पे आपको ज़्यादा बेनिफिट भी मिलेगा. Second one, how to make people like you instantly. This is similar in the almost one of the repetition. It is something that if you are talking about the interest of the others, then the people will start liking you. So it is demanding that instead of saying these things, I did this, I'm doing this, you start talking and listening to others about their interest. This is what. Now we have come to the third part of this book. इफ़ यू मस्ट फाइंड ए फॉल्ट, दिस इज़ द वे टू बिगिन. ये मतलब ये है कि अगर आपको लगता है कि यहाँ पे फॉल्ट आपको है, इफ़ यू नोटिस्ड वन फॉल्ट, इफ़ यू वांट टू फाइंड आउट द फॉल्ट, तो इंस्टेड ऑफ डायरेक्टली जंपिंग टू द फॉल्ट, स्टार्ट डूइंग इन दिस वे. फर्स्ट अप्रिशिएट, देन यूज़ द वर्ड बट, if we could improve in this way, if we could do this way. तो वहाँ पे आपको एक लॉन्ग ड्यूरेबल सॉल्यूशन और आउटपुट मिल सकती है इंस्टेड ऑफ सम रेजिस्टेंस. सो दिस इज हाउ वी कैन फाइंड आउट द फॉल्ट इन अदर्स. हाउ टू क्रिटिसाइज, it is similar in the same way. How to criticize, instead of directly jumping to the criticism of others, just put yourself in that situation and then realize if it is okay to directly to criticize. No, instead of doing that, you start find some good point in that, first appreciate that, then criticize, and think, put yourself in the shoes of others, then decide on this. If in that situation, if I would have been there, then what would have been my decision. Then you will realize कि how to criticize or not to criticize, and when to criticize and where to criticize, what to criticize and how much to criticize. This is how to criticize. Talk about your own mistakes first. If there is a something that you want to convey to others, instead of directly pointing out their mistake, look at the mistake you committed about the same thing. If you talk about the same mistake of your mistake first, then that person will be able to realize or connect with the what do you want to say. It will be not directly attack on somebody's esteem. That will be a bigger issue. Instead of directly talking about the mistake of others, start talking about the mistake of that I also committed the same mistake during that time when you were doing were the same. So that person can understand ki we are the we is committing the mistake is not a that thing, but it is good to rectify that. This is how. Then no one likes to take orders. This is you. If you are working in a company, if you are a team leader, if you are a project manager, if you are running a big company, if you are running a big group, if you are heading a big group, then you might have realized that people do not like taking orders. They like cooperation. They like don't directly like to take instructions. Instead of that, there is one alternative. Using this, if we could do this in this way, if we could do that in that way, that is the things that we can make others talk about the how to get the work done instead of directly passing the orders. This there is a big example of in the history how the people got the cooperation from others. This is what. Then comes the let the other person to save his face. Means if you are knowing that somebody has committed this mistake and that person is required to be replaced, then give one chance to that person. Instead of directly removing them, you can replace that man to shift somewhere else. Instead of directly showing him that you are not suitable for this, just allow him to save his face. Then the person's output will increase instead of decreasing. How to encourage people? Encourage. See, everybody needs some encouragement. Everybody needs some admiration. There are the people who says that they will stay whole day happy, or if they receive one appreciation in the morning, or they will not feel hungry, or they are ready to eat appreciation in place of food. So such type of peoples are there. So such, if you start encouraging others, if take the example at home, if you start encouraging your kids, then it is definitely going to benefit in their life. Instead of directly scolding or yelling on them, if you start encouraging, this is the crux of that book. This is a chapter. Give a dog a good name. That's everybody is like the good name. Means in the sense, if you are if you know that somebody is not a good man, but if you start taking a good name, this is what he is saying, that if you start finding some good point in that person will always be one of your team member. That is, give a dog a good name. There may be a bad worker, there may be somebody who is always busy in selfishness. So if you start giving the good name to that person, also start appreciating instead of in presence of everybody, then you will realize that bad dog has become a good man now, a good dog. Make a fault seem easy to correct. It means if somebody is at the fault, then fault should be show the fault in that way that it is easy to correct, instead of showing that this fault, this is the gravest fault has happened and there is no alternative, there is no correction for that. Instead of thinking of that, if you start thinking in that way, that this is the fault and this is the correction, we can do it, then people will like it. Make people glad to what do you want. Means if it is there, if you say people happy in the sense, in the service you are discussing with them and they are feeling that they are glad to serve you, then it is there, the make people glad, do what you want. It is something that if you want to take out something from someone, then please make them happy in that case. This is the third portion. Now we have reached to the last leg of this book, that is part number 4. Think before you criticize. It is something else. There is a habit you might have noticed, that people love to criticize instead of the correction. There are the many examples are in this book that they criticize others instead of self corrections. So it is something that think before you criticize. If you start thinking before criticizing others, then you will realize that you will have a second thought on that before directly jumping to the criticism. Now the big secret of dealing with the people. The big secret of dealing with the people is, again I am repeating the crux of this book. It is admiration, encouragement, open to correction, listening to. All these are the big secrets of the dealing with the people. These examples has been given by Dale Carnegie about how Andrew Carnegie became a successful businessman. Even he was not much aware about the steel making processes. Then understand the other's point of view. It is the best thing to deal with any type of argument, or uh, any argument, or in the same way is it is understanding the other's point of view will make you to understand the what exactly the other person is asking for, and the what other person is looking for. If you start increase if you start understanding the if you start understanding the other's point of view, then and same time if you are able to make your point to understand, then that is the best point of the cooperation amongst the people. So I hope this book is going to benefit you throughout your life, because life is ultimately, we are the social animal living amongst other peoples. We need cooperation at every point of every step. Let it be in the personal life, let it be in the professional life, because in the personal life we have the cooperative and happy family, then we will have a great professional life also. It is a vice versa is a truth. So in with the rising and the changing in the lifestyle, changing in the individualistic attitude due to the rise of the social media and the time we spend on the mobile, now it is the time to think and get the cooperation to increase the productivity. So I insist, and I still again I recommend you, please go through this book and take out the maximum benefit out of this. Thank you very much, and I request you, please share this video for to others, so that others can also get the crux of this book if we are not having much time to read the 251 page book in one go. Thank you very much.